All right, welcome to the first of many daily tips that we're going to be talking about. Basically, what this series is going to be is every single day I'm going to come out and talk about a tip that is going to at least help your game a little bit going into each and every single dungeon for the Season 3 dungeons. I'm probably going to do this for as long as I'm having fun, and then I'm going to stop doing it once I no longer am having fun making the tips or I run out of tips or something like that. But today we're going to be talking about Atal'Dazar and probably one of the most important parts of Atal'Dazar, which are snap spots and no path available spots. And so this has actually changed a lot from BFA. And so I think it's actually kind of important. So even if you did play in BFA, you kind of know what the snap spots or the no path spots are and like how to properly use them. So first off, what they're for is there are two separate types of mobs that you actually kind of have to worry about. One is the Dazari Juggernauts, which are these guys on screen right here. Two is the Toxic Stars, which are these guys on screen right here. And you can find them in, various trash packs. That is not the right add-on. You can find the Juggernauts, like here. There's another Juggernaut in this trash pull as well. And then the Sards are, littered everywhere. And so there are specific spots around Atal'Dazar that do not allow both the Dazari Juggernauts and the Sards to cast their abilities. And that utilizes such a thing as no path available spots. And what no path available spots are zones on the ground where mobs that either have a leap or a charge typically are not able to contact you because you're either elevated due to Z-axis, you're not on the same structure as them, so they're not able to reach you at all, and then they won't cast their ability because of it. This is a bit different than snap spots, but kind of the same concept applies, and snap spots are effectively gone. And so a lot of the spots that you saw back in BFA that you would be able to teleport mobs to, those no longer work. They've been changed in Season 2, so don't even try that. If you see a bunch of stuff from BFA, a lot of those spots, can work in some ways, but they will not snap mobs in the way that they were featured in BFA. So let's take a look and see kind of what some of the snaps or the no path spots look like, and we're first going to talk about the Juggernauts. So this is the first pull of Atal'Dazar that we were doing on the PTR, and basically what me and the healer did is we hopped up on this little ledge that you see right here, and this allowed the Juggernauts to be forced to stand into melee. And this kind of happens because what the Juggernaut's ability functionally is he does this merciless assault ability where he charges to an area of inflicting damage to all enemies within 8 yards. But how he selects the enemy is actually super important for this mob in particular. He selects the furthest targets. He selects one of the targets at ranged, and it can be random. But whenever you hear that, it's targets at ranged. And that means that if you then plant, and we're playing with an Augmentation Evoker and Double Demon Hunter, if you plant both your Demon Hunters into melee and the Augmentation Evoker within 5 to 8 yards of that Juggernaut, he's never going to charge that Aug Evoker. So the Aug Evoker needs to be very, very cautious about not leaving melee range of the Juggernaut. But then me and the Disc Priest are able to stand in this no path available spot and not get charged. And you kind of see the similar thing here happen. There are multiple spots around the whole entire instance that are like this. These are probably the two most popular that you're going to see players do. But again, you see the Juggernaut right here. You see everybody's packed into melee to make sure that Juggernaut is not going to cast that Merciless Assault onto players. Additionally, you can cancel the Merciless Assault with any form of CC. It won't recast the charge. But if you're dashing out of melee or if you exit melee, the mob will start to end up casting that ability onto you. And so you have to be very, very cautious of that kind of stuff. But those are two spots for the Juggernauts. Now for the Sards, I think that there are a couple of really good spots. I would say that there's one really good spot, and there's one spot that is usable, but it's not great. First off, these dragon heads that are on the side, and they are at the Volcall exit area. Hold on, let me log. Wow. They're at the Priestess Alunza and the Volcall exit. So they're here. Oh shit. And they are here. And so they will allow you to sit up here, sit in this spot right here, be able to DPS the Sards and the Skyscreamers and all of the mobs, is assuming that they get tanked next to you, and then you will be not eligible to be leapt on. The downside of this is your tank is going to be an eligible target to be leapt on, But fuck your tank, honestly. Fuck your tank. It's not that big of a deal. He's gonna get left on. He's a tank at the end of the day. DPS are able to DPS the Sards and do damage to them, and it should be fine. The other spot, and this one is really bad if you have a melee in your group, admittedly. But these little pillars where you used to be able to snap mobs to back in BFA, these work as like reverse no path available spots where you're going to be able to just like stand up here and not get hit by the Sards. I'm not going to make this too much longer. Basically, those are the spots, and these are going to allow you to elevate your game in Atal'Dazar. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.